Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your Phonics Scott. This is going to be something a little different where I'm going to show you kind of what decks I run for different TCGs. I'm going to start with Pokemon because that's the one you guys kind of know me for. I'm going to set things up and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that little pause there. Just wanted to kind of make sure I had everything in place. So we're going to start with the Pokemon of my deck, the main guy. So I run a 2-3 version of Origin Form Palkia. This is kind of what you get from the League Battle decks, which sadly rotates out fairly soon, but gonna play while I can and then use it expanded and try and build my own decks for future standard use. But the main reason I love this is because with this you get to search a stadium card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Get kind of the two stadium cards I run, or I guess in this I only run one because I'm still looking for the other one. But you deal with that. Plus, when you VMAX or VSTAR it, you get Palkia VSTAR, where its main attack does 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon that you and your opponent have. So hopefully your opponent max benches and you max bench, giving it as much damage as possible. So those two are big hitters, the main guys. And then I also run one of these, Wellspring Mask Ogre Pawn EX. And the main reason I run that is because it's a Terra type, which helps with one of the stadium cards I want to run. I don't have yet, but I'm looking for. And with this, one of the moves, Torrential Pump, it says you may shuffle 3 energy attached to this Pokemon into your deck. If you do, this attack also does 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it does damage to bench Pokemon, plus does 100 to regular, and gets 3 energies back into your deck, which is pretty helpful. Then I also run one Chenpao EX, mainly because of its ability where once per turn you can, while this is active, you can search your deck for 2 basic water energy cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, which would help with one Pokemon I'm trying to get, which is Baxcaliber, which is an ability super cold, lets you once per turn attach as many water energy cards as you can. So this really helps, plus the Hail Blade. When you discard any amount of water energy from your Pokemon, this attack does 60 damage for each card discarded this way. So if I can get as many out as possible with Baxcaliber, you get a lot of damage on. Then I also have a regular Shenpao, just due to the attach up to 2 basic water energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Just kind of lets you get back all the ones you kind of get rid of, which leads me into the Radiant Greninja with its concealed cards ability. Most of you probably know what this does, but if you don't, it's you discard an energy card from your hand in order to use this ability where I can draw 2 cards. With that, it's gonna help get more cards into your hand. That's gonna help you like get more energies or get Pokemon that you need out. As you can tell, a lot of basic Pokemon so far. So a lot of them no need to evolve except for the Baxcaliber, which I'm hoping to get one day. Still searching for that. Then I have a Manaphy, a single one, mainly for the ability as well, where prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. You never know, best be safe. Plus another basic, which helps out with some of the item cards that I run. And then I have 2 more water types, which Hisuian Basculin, which mainly is for Gather the Crew. If you get turn 1 and you have to put him up, really good because you don't have to use a energy for this attack. You just get to search up to 2 basic Pokemon, put them onto your bench, which really helps with V-Star Origin Form Palkia. get as many bench Pokemon as you can. And if you do that, more damage. And yeah, that I'll explain more when we get to the stadium cards, why that's such an important factor. And then, of course, lastly, I've got 3 Bidoof and 3 Bibarel. Bibarel mostly for the Industrious Incisors, where if you once per turn you can draw cards up until you have 5 cards in your hand. Very helpful, gets a lot out of the way. And you always want a good hand just to keep moving, keep trucking, and get as many abilities as possible out. So that's all the Pokemon I have. But again, I'm looking for this Baxcaliber just to use a super cold, get as many, water energies out as possible, just so I can use the attacks of Palkia VSTAR or even the Shenpao EX, where discard as many water energies from my Pokemon as I need to and do as much damage as possible to knock out whatever's in the way. Next, the kind of basic stuff you need. I have at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 water energies. That's all I run for energies. I don't have physically any like special energies or stuff like that I think could be possible. I've got like 2, but just using what I have. I don't know if they would work well with me. But next, I've got 1 choice band. I could have ran more, but I wasn't sure. Pretty much, this does 30 more damage to your opponent's active V Pokemon, so I don't know how popular V Pokemon are right now, or how they will be in the future, but again, that's getting rotated out fairly soon. Don't know if they'll make the same card in the future. But next, I'm going to talk about the cards that really help get energies. So like, I have 2 energy searches. Go to the deck, get a basic energy and put it into your hand. Helps with Radiant Greninja, helps just making sure you can always put an energy out. And I got 2 Night Stretchers where I can grab a Pokemon or a basic energy from my discard pile and put it into my hand. Again, get energies or get that Origin Form VSTAR back if it gets destroyed or, anything like that. Then I've got, of course, what every deck needs are some, balls, like Hisuian Heavy Ball, which lets me check the face down prize cards. And if I find a basic Pokemon, I could put it into my hand and put this in the prize card slot instead. Of course, if I don't, that's okay. I still get to see what my prize cards are and then, shuffle them up and don't know where things are anymore, but I still get to see what's in my prize cards, what I'm missing from my deck. I run 3 Ultra Balls. Most people know what this is, but if not, you can use this card only if I discard 2 other cards from my hand. Go to my deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into my hand. So if I have Origin Form Palkia V, but not VSTAR in my hand, I could get that. Or the Greninja, Chenpao. If I have the Baxcaliber evolution line, I can grab the later version or the early version, use a rare candy, which I could switch in once I have that card. But I don't run that yet because I don't have any evolutions quite yet. So this is really handy with kind of just getting what I need when I need it. And then, of course, Nest Ball. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it to your bench. So helps, again, with Palkia VSTAR, fill up bench as much as possible and, just do as much damage as possible. And then, of course, I run 2 switch. Just in case things get hairy, I could switch in and out, use my Shenpao's ability, because it's only when it's in the active spot where I can get 2 water energies from the deck. Use that, then switch out back to like a Palkia VSTAR or whatever I need to. Some 3 trekking shoes. Just lets me look at the top card of my deck. If I don't want it, I could put it to discard and draw a new card, but it's always handy to see what I could get, put as much cards in my hand as possible. And then I have one Colress's Tendency. This is important for when I get my stadium card that I'm looking for, where it says I can search for a stadium card and an energy card. I could definitely use both at all times with this deck. I get to reveal them, put them into my hand, then shuffle my deck. And then I run 4 Irida, where I get to search my deck for a water Pokemon and an item, reveal them, put them into my hand, then shuffle my deck. Definitely helps getting the Pokemon that I need when I need them, and running 4 always kind of makes sure I'm in that position where I can definitely take what I need to take. It's helped a lot when I play TCG Live on my phone. Yeah, it's pretty great. Of course, it's getting pushed out rotation soon, but you know, um, expanded stuff like that, it'll work for that. And then once I get my new deck built, I'll show you what I do with that. I'm still kind of new with deck building, so I don't know how long that will be, but we'll figure it out. Then we got 2 Rourke, draw 2 cards, and put a basic energy card from my discard pile to my hand. Of course, always want energies in my hand, and drawing 2 cards is always a good thing. 2 Nemona, draw 3 cards, of course. Then I got a Lacey that I pulled from a Stellar Crown. You might have seen the video where I pulled this, but shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 4 cards. If your opponent has 3 or few prize cards remaining, draw 8 cards instead. Just an all-around great card. If I'm running low or I have a hand that I don't really want, I can always switch it up. And then, of course, if they're kind of in the lead or nearing the end game, I can draw 8 cards, which really helps unless I'm really low on cards. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Then I got a Rika. Look at the top 4 cards, then put 2 of them into your hand, shuffle the other ones to the bottom of, then put them at the bottom of your deck. Of course, draw power. Always need draw power. Then, of course, boss's orders. You always need boss's orders in like every deck. It's a staple. I run 3 of them. Could run 4, but I prefer 3. Where you can just switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. If things get hairy where you can't really deal with them or they have resistances, this is a great way to kind of help out with that. Then I've got 1 Roxanne. Thinking of switching this out. I haven't used it much. It only works if the opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. It's great where you can make them only draw 2 cards and you draw 6, and before that everyone shuffles their cards into their deck. But again, it's late game, and I prefer stuff where I could use it at any time I need it. So this might be getting switched out one day, but we'll see over time. Then finally, we've got 2 stadium cards that came with the League Battle deck, the Lake Acuity, where if a Pokemon, or all Pokemon that have water fighting energy attached to them, both mine and the opponent's, take 20 less damage from attacks from opponent's Pokemon after applying weakness and resistance. So this is good, but what I really want to do is get Area 0 Underdepths, which basically if you have a Terra type, which my Wellspring Ogerpon would be classified as, I'd be able to make sure I have 8 Pokemon on my bench, which really helps out with the Palkia VSTAR, where it could do extra damage than what it normally could do at maximum. So it's not bad, but I definitely want the Area 0 one, and with Stellar Crown coming out, most people are going to have Terra-type Pokemon. So if both players have 8 benched Pokemon, that's a lot more damage Palkia V-Star could do. Like, normally, I think you can have 5 on each, so that'd roughly be, let me just double check, 60 plus 2, so 260 is a regular maximum damage you could do with Subspace Swell, but with 8 on each. That's 8 on each. That'd be roughly around 320 plus the 60 already, so 380 damage. Way better, could take out most Pokemon. So getting that area 0 under depths would be amazing. But right now, just running these just to kind of protect what I have. Do more of a defensive thing right now, but hoping to go more into the offense. And then with the baxcaliber, get more energies on, help with all that. So the ones I'm looking for, baxcaliber and area 0 under depth, maybe a Lapras EX from Stellar Crown where it's a Terra type. And yeah, so that's my deck. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think I should add? What do you think I should take out? What do you guys think in general? If you guys like this, let me know. I'll do my Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, whatever card games I have that I'm working with. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what decks you're running. And if you guys like this, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.